Disappointing outcome for Canada last night. Was this a coaching issue? What could they have done differently?
This was a discipline issue, and this is something we saw coming. Canada now has been shorthanded 22 times in 4 games. No team has been penalized in the World Juniors more than Canada. They took, it was like 10, 11 penalties yesterday. 7 times they were shorthanded for 12 minutes of last night's game. I mean, there's a couple of issues here, but the big one was penalties. And you were showing a couple of them there. Easton Cowan, who is a high prospect of the Toronto Maple Leafs, with a brutal boarding penalty that led to the Cole Eiserman 3-1 goal. So if we look at this, first and foremost, this is about discipline issues. So yeah, that's partially on the coaching, but it's also on the players. They knew going into this game, they couldn't let the States get all those power play opportunities, and they did just that.
Now, Bradley Nadeau scored Canada's lone goal on the power play. Were there that many deficiencies in Canada's game, or was it just that the Americans were that much stronger?
Well, it needs to also be said, good on the Americans. If we're going to be negative against Canada, as we should, the United States did a lot of good things on the power play, on at least 2 of the goals. They forced turnovers, really powerful shots, especially the Cole Eiserman shot, and they forced mistakes by Canada there. So the States certainly deserves credit. But at 5-on-5, on even strength, Canada actually played well. Gavin McKenna, he hit a crossbar in the third that would have tied the game. So this was a game where it really came down to special teams. You can't take that many penalties. You can kill off a lot of them, and Canada did, but you're not going to beat a team like the United States. Then the other issue is, you said the lone goal. Canada only scored 1 goal. They've scored 10 goals so far in this tournament. That's another issue. They've got to find a way to generate more chances and not make the opposing goalie look like a hero.
Now, all teams have the day off today, but what does Canada have to do when they face Czechia tomorrow?
Well, I mean, the main thing they're going to have to do, they're just going to have to play smart. You go back and you look at so many of those penalties, undisciplined. Those were dumb mistakes being made. Those were mistakes of emotion. And if you saw, like, Canada in the first 2 periods, they were dominating the United States in the first half of the first and the second period. The penalties start to come, and then that takes away their entire offensive game. The other thing is, they can't and they won't take Czechia lightly. Remember last year, Czechia was the team that defeated Canada in the quarterfinals. The year before that, it was the gold medal game. Canada won, but even that was in overtime. So they can't take Czechia lightly, and they just have to play a smarter brand of hockey.
So as far as, what they need to do get that discipline back, is there a quick fix? Are some strong words from the coach going to cut it?
It's going to have to be first with Dave. It's going to have to be first with Dave Cameron. Absolutely strong words. They have the day off, but this is about the coach saying, if you do that again, you're going to sit on the bench. Easton Cowan, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter where you were drafted, if you're in the NHL or not. If we see mistakes early on, if there's boarding, tripping, hooking early, you're not going to play. And that's really the main thing the coach can do. There can be strong words today and strong words until puck drop tomorrow. But it's really about ice time, and that's the #1 weapon a coach has to try to discipline the players to be more disciplined.
All right, some ice time and some tough love. We'll have to leave it there. Matt, thank you very much for this, and Happy New Year to you.